Hello Flight Simulator fans, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be checking out a product from SimBit World that you see on your screen here in front of you called A Pilot's Life Chapter 2. Now I never saw Chapter 1 so I don't know what the differences are, but I bought in. This is like you get hired for an airline, a virtual airline. I don't think they actually exist. I mean, I don't know that there are people actually running. There are so many. I think it's just data in a database. But you start out, you can purchase any license that you want. Like if you want to just jump right in with the A320 or something like that, you can purchase an A320 license. Now, I did the Cessna 208s, the Cessna family, and the A320. So I'm just getting started. I've only done 2 flights, or 3 flights. 3 flights, I'm sorry. And we're going to go in and do another flight here. And so I wanted to show you kind of what it looks like. Basically, you go in once you get hired, which is a process I'm not going to go through here. It's pretty easy. You generate a schedule. And as you can see, it's kind of like one airport and then turn it around, right? So you're basically just flying routes. And then here's the distance. So this flight today that we're going to do is 101 miles. I've already done it one way. I'm going to be flying back from Redmond Municipal to Portland. So if we go to the flight, and now you can also skip a flight. So this flight would be it. I don't know to what benefit that is. The airline has certain requirements, like I have to fly 5 hours in a week and stuff like that. But anyway, here's the current flight. And notice down at the bottom, it says Flight Simulator connected, but the flight is not started. So let's go ahead and hop back in. This does tell us some useful information. We're starting up at an elevation of 3,080 feet. Interesting. And we'll be down to this level here. I do want to check. I think when I'm going to go down 12,000. Whoops. That's fun. Is that? Wow, I can't. Interesting. All right, we'll just do 12,200. I don't know how flexible this is, but there are mountains that we need to get over. I did it 13,000 on the way out there, and it was fine. So I was able to even come down. So we'll be well clear of the mountains once we get to Portland. So let's go ahead and hide this window. I have to remember to do this while we're on the flight today. Okay, this one's not here anymore. I'm going to remove this one. Yes, we're going to remove that window capture, but we still have that. Okay, good. So here we are in Flight Simulator, and we're going to set up our flight. So I've got the Textron Aviation Cessna 208B Grand Caravan, a very simplified version, I think. So if we go KRDM, is that the right one? I think why am I thinking that's wrong? KRDM. Okay, good. That is it. And of course we'll be doing a cold and dark. So now the unfortunate part is you can never trust Flight Simulator. It says 329. So if the wind was 329, why wouldn't we be flying off of this runway? 29 is certainly closer than 23. So here's the thing. You're going to pick a spot and you never know if it's going to be right. I'm going to park close to the taxi gates. To each of the taxi things right there. Let's do that. Oh, that's a fuel box. Okay, that's better. And then the KPDX. Portland, and let's see, where are we? It's going to have us coming in on 28 left. I want to take just a quick look at the airport layout. This is one thing. It's a little confusing sometimes you don't know these airports. Let me rotate this. All right. Oh, that's beautiful. Yeah. Yeah, 28 will be good. So we'll just leave it at that. We'll see what happens when everything's going to be, oh, wow. You know what? We could just do VOR to VOR or VFR. That way we don't have to. All right. And we got 12,000 feet. Interesting that this has the exact feet in it that it recommends in the program. So that's odd. Anyway, let's go ahead and fire this baby up. All right, so here we go. We'll be getting into this. I think this is a great product. I guess the limitation right now is I've only got 2 licenses, and sometimes I don't want to fly the Grand Caravan and not the A320. Can't fly the DC-3 in it. So if you have some favorite planes that you like to fly and they're not part of it, then that can be a little bit of a frustration, I think. All right, let's go ready to fly here. Oh, and there's FS Realistic dropping me onto the ground in brutal fashion. Now let's take a look at our program now. You can see down at the bottom it says connected and pre-flight. So it's in a flight stage is pre-flight. So it knows what you're doing. It knows if you've been bad or good, and it will tell you if you forget to do things like start your engine without your beacon light being on, things like that. So first thing we need to do in this plane, which is fun to it can easily be forgotten, is to open up those fuel valves, and we'll hit the battery on. And I don't know, the checklist has me turning on the avionics before starting the engines. I can't believe that that's correct. Let's go ahead and get all of our levers reestablished there. Very good. Full bits of travel. Very good. And so now we're going to get this engine started and warming up. So we'll turn on the fuel boost to on. We'll set the ignition to on. Motor to start. Takes a second. Got some very unusual haze out there today. Maybe we're just facing into the sun directly. All right, so I think this is good. I'm gonna cut that motor to the off position. And we'll just go norm for our fuel boost. And now we'll hit on our avionics. Oh, one thing we want to do is this. We have to reset the generator. Sometimes it doesn't recognize that you have to reset it after the motor starts. And everything coming to life here. So far, so good. Though we haven't gotten very far, have we? Okay, it's going to take a couple minutes here. I'm going to set it right about there. We usually, and matter of fact, the manual I found says you do flaps 15 for takeoff, or the first position of flaps. There's only 2. It says takeoff and approach. So we're going to go ahead and set that in. All right, looks like everything is hooked up finally. We will set up our, let's go ahead and do this. We'll just set 8,000 feet initial altitude. And then we'll just do what we want after we get... I forgot we're doing IFR, so or VFR. Change the CDI to the GPS. Very good. How is everything looking? I think we have plenty of fuel. Pounds per hour is 90, so we're definitely sipping fuel right now. What do we got here? Okay, almost no torque. And actually, I think the prop is supposed to be all the way forward for starting. I started without the beacon light on. I'm going to get dinged for that. I'll show you the summary after the flight. And this thing knows when you're taxiing, when you're takeoff, when you're in approach, initial approach, final approach, and it rates you in all of those different areas. Really cool. Let's see. Yeah, we'll hit our taxi lights on before we move the aircraft, and I think that we are pretty much ready to go here. I'm going to put in the my brakes there. Well, I guess we won't release that just yet. Let's go ahead and bring up the ATC. Get some ATIS going here.
Redmond Airport information, Sierra 1500 Zulu. Wind calm.
Nice.
Visibility 2. Sky condition, clear. Temperature 18. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.901. ILS runway 23 in use. Landing and departing runway 29er.
29er.
All aircraft read back hold
See?
short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Sierra.
Very good.
Redmond Airport information.
And we are going to depart to the north.
Redmond ground Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha with Sierra request taxi to the active departure to the north.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha Redmond Ground Airport is currently IFR. Request denied.
Redmond ground Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha ready to copy IFR clearance to Portland.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha is cleared to Portland Airport as filed.
Sweet.
Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure frequency is 126.15 squawk 4204.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha cleared to Portland Airport as filed. Takeoff runway 29er climb and maintain 8,000 feet. Departure on 126.15 squawk 4204.
Okay.
Cessna 1 Papa Alpha readback is correct. Contact ground on 121.8 when ready to taxi. Good day.
All right, we are ready.
Redmond ground Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha with Sierra ready to taxi IFR.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha taxi to and hold short of runway 29er using taxiway Echo Bravo Alpha cross runway 23 Charlie. Contact tower on 124.5 when ready.
Okay.
Taxi to and hold short runway 29er via taxiway Echo Bravo Alpha cross runway 23 Charlie Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
Okay, there we go. I was going to say, I am definitely cheating. I am using the, I have to have these taxi lines, otherwise I'm never going to find my way. All right, let's go ahead and let's get turned around here. Oh, do I still have parking brake on? Yeah, let's eliminate that. And proceed. Come on, baby. There we go. Wow, look at all those look at all that taxiway we got to go. That is one thing is, and one of my first two flights, in fact, my first two flights were leaving Seattle and coming back to Seattle, and there is a mountain of traffic. I mean, it was very waiting for, you don't want to taxi too fast, you get dinged. If you taxi too fast, it affects your experience points that you get, and your XP contains your ranking to your next thing. But I mean, here's the thing, when you can just fly pretty much any plane, I don't understand what that ranking does for you other than, say, you know, this is a number that you kind of chase, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. It's just odd. So I'm not too worried about the experience. I mean, I try to do good every flight, but I'm going to forget stuff. So, so that's good. So far, the flights have been in the 208 have been pretty easy. This 101 mile one, this is the longest one. The other one was 80 miles, so they're pretty quick flights. And when I joined my virtual airline, if you will, they said I signed up. There's basically three ways you can do it. You can do it just a base salary, or you could say I'm going to fly 5 hours a week, and if you do 5 hours a week, you get an extra 10% on your salary. If you don't fly 5 hours, you get dinged 10%. And then the other one was the number of flights. You could do like 10 flights and get 10% bump on your salary. So it's up to you. Now, I'm doing the 5 hours a week thing. I figured that's going to be super easy for me to make because I fly a lot, and 5 hours a week is like nothing. So Oh, are we coming up on our runway finally? I hope this doesn't have me going down the actual runway. This is my hold short line. Okay, this is 2-3. Runway 2, 3, and 5. I mean, we got taxi clearance, so I'm going. I know this is a slow taxi. I'm trying not to get dinged on that. Come on now. I think we got a pretty good taxi going on here. We're showing some definite maturity in these taxi skills. Holy cow. Sometimes I wonder if this thing takes me the fastest way. It's probably going to dump us out here and there's no runway. I do like this little camera on this PFD here in front of us. Oh, look at that taxi right on the line. Whew. Good news is it's a short flight. Now we are going into Portland, so it'll probably be busy. But they usually have like the jets all coming in on one runway, and all of the planes like the Cessnas on different runways. So I usually don't have to wait. A lot of times, if jets don't clear the runway in time, they have to go around, and I think some of that is multiplayer traffic. So this is crazy. This is a big difference. This taxi is a big far cry from what we're used to when we are flying out of KOSU. I can tell you that. It's a little hard not to gun it here. You use up a good bit of fuel just taxiing. Hope everything's going good for you guys. It's Friday. Hey, hold it down back there. No sneezing like that. I'm going to have to charge that guy extra for distracting me while I'm taxiing. Holy cow. How long has this been going on? Check our recording time here. 18 minutes. And I know it didn't take us but 5 minutes to freaking start the thing. I did ramble on for a few minutes. See, it's showing me as taxi out. You can see it down at the bottom there, taxi out. It's great how it knows that. And we have finally arrived. Alright, let's set the parking brake. Let's get comfortable here for a minute. And we'll check in here with... Tune in the tower and let them know we're ready to go.
Redmond Tower, Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha, ready for departure runway 29er IFR to Portland.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha altimeter 29er decimal 9er to wind calm. Cleared for takeoff runway 29er.
All right, clear for takeoff.
Cleared for takeoff runway 29er Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha.
Sure, we got our flaps set. And we'll go ahead and configure the runway heading as our heading hold mode. We'll pre-select our modes on the autopilot real quick. Okay, we're gonna just chill right here for a second, and we'll click in the heading button, and then we'll go heading hold mode. Yaw damper, flight director is on. Very good. And we'll worry about vertical speed when we take off. So here we go. Oh yeah, the caravan is alive. Wow, just lifted right off. How nice is that?
Cessna 1 Papa Alpha, contact Seattle departure on 126.15. Good day.
Okay.
126.15 Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
Let's watch our speed there.
Seattle departure Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha is passing 4,100 feet, climbing 8,000 feet.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha, Seattle departure altimeter 29er.9er to continue as planned.
Very good. I'm going to go ahead and switch it into nav mode here, and we need to go altitude, vertical speed. Why is that off a little bit there? My click point not good. Vertical speed up. Alright, let's try that for an initial climb. Probably going to be too high to get up to 13,000 with that, but we are on our way. We have a nice straight 98.9 miles to go. We'll start 20 miles out, 30 miles out with our descent. Very good. We have intercepted the flight plan, and now it's just we're just sitting pretty. Let's take a look at what we've got in a pilot's life. So it's now showing us in the climb stage, and it has this nice little bar where you can...
Cessna 1 Papa Alpha, you are 9 or 8 miles southeast. Maintain present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 28
Holy
left
crap.
approach via Wallop transition. Clear to Wallop.
Clear to Wallop. Very nice. Acknowledge assigned approach.
Maintain
All right.
present heading and altitude. Expect ILS runway 28 left approach via Wallop transition. Cleared to Wallop Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
So it's WALAP. Let me see. Let's go into this guy, and we're going to direct to, and then we'll say W A L A P. Go. Enter and activate. There we go. So now we're on to Wallop, which should set us up nicely for an approach into 28 left. Okay. Just jamming along here. Oh, did I have this? See, this is the problem with having this window open, is I forget. I just reprogrammed the autopilot. That's what you guys couldn't see there. So let's just do this. Whoops. A little too much. Oh, we are way too slow. So we are going to adjust our vertical speed here. Yeah, let's go 800 feet per minute and see what that gets us. We're almost at 8,000, which is where they told us to level out. I'm sure they'll probably clear us up to 12,000. Jamming along. I think we had the time set to 8:06 in the morning, so flaps are down, flaps are up. That was my fault. Again, good thing we went outside to the external view. Never turned on my landing lights below 10,000. I'll do that now. We'll turn on all of our other nav lights. I don't know if you turn them on, if it counts and you were already over.
Seattle approach generic November 10 tree, Tango Tango, 7,000 feet. Generic November 10 tree, Tango Tango, Seattle approach altimeter 29.89er, continue to drag as planned.
I'm not getting any indication to go up to 12,000. It said maintain present heading and altitude, so. Now here's the thing, is it thinks I'm in climb stage. So I'm going to change the cruise altitude selection. And now it sees I'm in cruise. So, okay. I guess it can change, and that just tells the, the program what you're... I see, here's my only concern, is this giant mountain up here. I mean, we're probably... I don't think we are okay, as a matter of fact. I think I checked the charts on this. Let me look at the sky vector charts. Yeah, I mean, we got to be 10,000, so we're going up to 11,000. I can't request an altitude change, so we're just doing it. Let's see, let's make sure we can't request a cruising altitude. Select another approach, select another thing. No, we gotta do it. We gotta go vertical speed. And we'll climb 700 feet per minute. That should be plenty. Get us up over those mountains, and then we'll be free and clear on our way to Portland. I don't know, is that Mount Rainier? I don't know. That would be up in Washington, right? It's kind of odd that I don't see this giant mountain on my on the sectional here. See, there's Mount Jefferson. Maybe that's Mount Jefferson. 10,800 peak.
Cessna 1 Papa Alpha, you are 600 feet above your assigned altitude. Descend and maintain 8,000 feet, altimeter 29.84.
I'm going to cancel
Descend and maintain
IFR
8,000 feet Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
because it's going to fly me into mountains.
Seattle departure Cessna 1 Papa Alpha would like to cancel IFR.
Cessna 1 Papa Alpha IFR flight plan is canceled. Radar service terminated. Squawk 1200. Maintain VFR. Frequency change approved. Good day.
Bye. Alright, so I'm going to set my cruise altitude now back up to 11,000. Coming up on 9,500.
Generic tree Tango Tango descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Descend and maintain 6,000 feet. Generic tree Tango Tango. Generic 5 Romeo Alpha traffic is 1 o'clock 4 miles at 7,000 feet generic. Report them in sight. Generic tree Tango Tango traffic is 9 o'clock 4 miles at 9,000.
Coming up on our 10,000 feet finally, or 11,000 feet. Yeah, we could turn off our landing lights above 10,000 feet. But when we go below, we'll want to make sure we turn those back on or else it'll ding us. How we doing here? What's our ETA? We got a time en route. 25 minutes. Excellent. Creeping up there, about to level out. That'll be nice. We got a nice cruise going. What's our RPM set at here? 1837. We could back that down to about 1750. Prop RPM. Yes, yes, yes. 406 pounds per hour, 16 inches manifold pressure. Yeah, hopefully we're kind of cruising along. What's our ground speed there? 146, 147 knots, so doing good. 21 minutes with that speed increase there, so we cut 4 minutes off of our time with that. Interesting. This is, I mean, one of the best things about this program is that you get to fly in places you don't normally see. This is one of those places. Don't normally climb over these mountains, climb over mountains in Ohio. To see where we're supposed to be at for Wallop. We were doing an ILS approach on runway 28. There's 28 left. 3,700 feet. 3,700 feet by Wallop. 50 miles. Boy. And we'll have to descend. I mean, we can't descend until after we get clear of all these mountains, so that is what it is. Bring that range out a little bit. Into the flight plan. Oh, I know what we do here. Flight plan, and let me see. And we select approach. And we're going to say 28 left. Wallop. Minimums. Call it 200 feet. GPS guides for monitoring only. Yes. Okay. Interesting. It doesn't show it. I would have expected it to show it. KPDX. We'll have to remember there's all these different airports around here. 110.5. Let's see, we need to go. Ooh, 110.5. Sweet. That's on nav too, so that's okay. We'll just we'll worry about that when we get there. Of course, it's 283. Oh crap. Okay, because we're on GPS, it doesn't let me set that. But that's okay. We will set it, and what we'll do is we'll just intercept the ILS and use that to flow down. Looking on time here, we got 40 miles to go. I actually don't like that. I feel like we're like I should start descending at about 30 miles. It seems like 33 miles, right? That's 3 times the rule. You know, the rule of 3. Drop your zeros off of your altitude, multiply by 3. So we're not descending in 7 miles unless some of these mountains disappear. I think we're going to have to wait till over here. The good thing is Wallop is pretty far away. I think it's not going to show the approach until I actually load it or activate it, but kind of interesting that it doesn't show it. It would be nice to see it. Got Starfield loaded on my Xbox today. That's right, if you've purchased, I think you can start loading if you have the premium edition. It's 100 gigabytes. So it's a lot. But it's on my Series X. So I have the space. that game is going to be crazy. That game might take away from my flight simulator time. Creeping up on the 100 hours in this profile here, which is going to get me a achievement. Flight simulator for getting 100 hours. That's pretty good, I think. Beautiful. Yes, I like that. I do like the Grand Caravan. I'm just kind of not a fan of the Textron version. We should probably figure out what the ATIS is over here at Portland. Get that tuned in. 128.35. 8. Oh, crap. Okay.
Portland Airport information Alpha 1500 Zulu. Wind 339er at 4.
339 at 4.
Visibility 10. Sky condition. Few clouds at 1,800 feet. Temperature 17. Dew point 10. Altimeter 29.95.
95.
ILS runway 28 left and ILS runway 28 right in use. Landing and departing runway 28 left and runway 28 right. VFR aircraft say direction of flight. All aircraft read back hold short instructions. Advise controller on initial contact you have Alpha. Portland Airport information Alpha 1500 Zulu. Wind 340 at 4.
Okay. At least the winds are light. We'll be starting our descent here right after we get clear of this last mountain range. We could probably go down a couple thousand feet. I'm going to definitely hit on my landing lights. Let's get it down to 9,500 feet. Not going to worry about managing the speed. We'll just go a little faster. It's 26 miles to Wallet. right. Yeah, we're almost at that overspeed mark, aren't we? But we're not. I'm going to go ahead and go into the procedures here, and we're going to just sometimes these click points are not responding. Activate vectors to final. I don't. Why is this not? Oh. Oh God, wrong one. What am I doing here? Jeez. All right, and the approach is activated. Very nice. So let's go ahead and get in touch with Portland. Let them know we're coming in. Come on. Is it that far? How many airports are there? Could try 118.7. Crap. That's the tower. Not registering anything. Okay, well, gotta do what we gotta do, right? Let's bring it down a little bit. That's going to be a nice approach. Coming up on 8,000 feet. Again, we're supposed to be at 3,700 by Wallop. So we've got about 13 miles here to make that happen. Actually, I kind of forgot about that, so we're going to get down to 3,700. Okay, and then we're going to pull out a lot of this power. We're going to go down to 1,500 feet per minute. Now, 4 minutes en route, so we should be plenty of time to get to 3,700 feet. Everything looking good? The flight stage shows initial approach. Pilot's life. You can see that nice bar at the bottom there. We're getting there. We'll try to keep our speed up while we're... Notice that we're still losing speed right now, which we don't really need to lose speed. Diving down. Ooh, you hit some kind of a weird turbulence there. Speed got crazy for a second. Almost there. And we made it. We should be holding pretty good speed right there. Let's bring the range down a little bit, tighten up. And what we'll do is we've got our ILS dialed in on nav2 here. So we will switch our CDI. As a matter of fact, we'll do it as soon as we make this turn. We'll go into heading hold mode, switch the CDI to nav2, change the course to 283 degrees to match the approach plate, and we should be in for a nice landing. Very nice turn. Loving the autopilot, doing all the work for us, making us look good. Let's see if we can tune that airport yet. Come on. There it is.
Portland Tower Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha is 22 miles southeast 3,700 feet with Alpha to land.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha Portland Tower. Altimeter 29.905, wind tree 7 at 4. Make straight in runway 28 left.
Sweet.
Delta 25 2 exit runway when able.
Fly straight in runway 28 left Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
Alright, so now let's go ahead and line up our heading, and we'll set heading mode. And now we'll change
Portland Tower, generic November
CDI,
620 Foxtrot
Load
Juliet
2.
at runway 28 left, ready for departure IFR to Scottsdale.
and it, oh look, it dialed in the course perfectly.
Foxtrot Juliet, hold short runway 28 left. Traffic is generic on the runway. Delta 253, 2 turn next taxiway.
Hear all this traffic going on over there? It's going to be a hoot.
Hold short runway 28 left, generic 0 Foxtrot Juliet. Portland Tower Frontier Flight 2176 Heavy, ready for departure runway 28 left IFR.
9 miles
Las
to
Vegas.
Hipster.
Delta 253, 2 turn next taxiway. Frontier Flight 2176 Heavy, hold short runway 28 left.
Is it way over there somewhere?
Hold short runway 28 left Frontier Flight 2176 Heavy. Generic November 620
Yeah, bring the speed down
Foxtrot
just a little
Juliet,
bit.
Altimeter 29.995, wind tree 09er at 5. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 left, generic November 620 Foxtrot Juliet.
Where should we be at for Hipster? 2,900 feet.
Portland Tower Horizon, Air 218712 miles southeast, inbound ILS runway 28 left approach. Horizon Air 2187, Portland Tower. Altimeter 29.905, wind tree 09er at 5. Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach. Portland Tower, Encore tree 629er, ready for departure runway 28 right IFR to Calgary. Encore tree 629er, altimeter 29.905, wind tree 09er at 5. Caution the generic taking off runway 28 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right. Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach, Horizon Air 2187. Portland Tower Horizon Air 202811 miles southeast, inbound ILS runway 28 left approach. Horizon Air 2028 Portland Tower. Altimeter 29.906, wind tree 09er at 6. Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach.
A lot of people coming in 28 left. Be busy.
Cleared ILS runway 28 left approach, Horizon Air 2028.
Soon as we start to see that,
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right, Encore tree
we
629er.
start to see that needle move.
Horizon Air 2187, wind tree 09er at 6. Clear to land runway 28 left.
Okay, it's in low capture mode.
Clear to land runway 28 left, Horizon Air 2187.
Getting the first notch of flaps out.
Encore tree 629er, contact Portland departure on 118.1. Good day.
Okay, picking up the localizer.
Going to 118.1, Encore tree 629er.
I think that's us. Straight ahead.
Horizon Air 2028, follow the aircraft on final. Windtree 09er at 5. Clear to land runway 28 left. Portland Tower United 1421 ready for departure runway 28 right IFR to Denver. United 1421 altimeter 29er decimal 9er 6.
How far we got here?
09er at 5.
3 miles to
Caution
Hannah.
the generic taking off runway 28 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right.
Hannah, we should be at
Clear to land
2,000.
runway 28 left, Horizon Air 2028. Cessna 1 Papa Alpha number 2 for landing. Follow the generic on final. Windtree 09er at 5. Clear to land runway 28 left.
Clear to land runway 28 left number 2 Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right United 1421.
If the glide slope happens to catch up to us, that's fine.
Southwest 2025 ready for IFR departure runway.
Go into
28
approach
left.
mode and ride the glide slope all the way
Southwest
down.
2025, hold short runway 28 left. Traffic is generic on the runway.
Got full flaps.
Hold short runway 28 left Southwest 2025. Horizon Air 2028 go around. Horizon Air 2187 turn next taxiway. United 1421 contact Portland departure on 118.1. Good day.
Got a nice approach going on here so far.
2028 contact Portland approach on 124.35. Good day.
I think what we'll do here is we'll just cruise
Horizon
in
Air
until we get the
2064, follow the aircraft on final.
glide slope.
Windtree 09er at 5. Caution the generic landing runway 28 left. Clear to land runway 28 right. Horizon Air 2187.
It's weird. It shows the glide slope like it's pointing down.
Juliet, contact Portland. Departure on 127.85.
Crap! Speed,
Good day.
speed, speed.
Clear to land runway 28 right Horizon Air 2064.
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and cut off the autopilot here. We're gonna fly this baby
Portland Tower,
down.
generic November 5286 Mike at runway 28 right, ready for departure IFR to Kilo Papa Whiskey Tango. Horizon Air 2187 exit runway when able. Generic November 5286 Mike line up and wait. Going to 124.35 Horizon Air 2028. Line up and wait, generic 86, Mike.
I suppose if we manage to find the glide slope, here's the thing:
Going to
our flight director is way up here, so
Horizon Air
I don't know what's going
2187
on.
turn next taxiway. Portland Tower, generic November 675 Sierra, ready for departure runway 28 right IFR to Kilo Bravo Foxtrot. Generic November 675 Sierra, hold short runway 28 right. Traffic is generic on the runway. Cleared for takeoff
oh, there
runway
comes the
28 right,
damn.
November 5286
We're going
right.
autopilot on
Horizon Air 2187
and
exit
approach.
runway when able. Going to 127.85 generic 0 Foxtrot Juliet. Generic November 675 Sierra, line up and wait.
Okay, it has not caught the glide slope yet.
Generic 86,
Right here.
Mike, contact Portland departure on 118.1.
We're in approach
day.
mode. Okay, it got it. got the glide slope. All right, so we're going to have a nice approach now.
Horizon Air 2187 exit runway when able.
All we got to do is manage the speed.
Portland Tower Southwest 2557 ready for departure runway 28 right IFR to Capital. 118.1 for generic 86 Mike. Generic November 675 Sierra Sierra altimeter 29.907 wind tree 09er at 5. Caution the generic taking off runway 28 left. Cleared for takeoff runway 28 right. Horizon Air 2187 turn next taxiway. Southwest 2557 line up and wait. Cleared for takeoff runway.
Good approach going on here. 450 feet per minute descent rate.
Sierra Sierra.
All controlled by the plane, of course.
Portland Tower Southwest 2867 at runway 28 left ready for departure IFR to Denver. Horizon Air 2187 exit runway when able. Southwest 2867.
Good
hold short
Lord,
runway
listen to all
28
this
left.
air traffic control, man.
Generic 5 Sierra
Jeez.
Sierra contact Portland departure on 124.35.
Again, be sure to stick around after the landing. Hit like and subscribe. Stick around after the landing. We'll take a look at a pilot's life and how it summarizes the flight for you. And kind of shows you what you did right and what you did
Hold
wrong.
short runway 28 left southwest 2867. Horizon Air 2187 turn next taxiway.
Boy, this thing's all over the place.
Going to 124.35 generic 5 Sierra Sierra.
Must be on final approach. I just saw it, like, kind of saw the whole sim kind of lock up there for a second. It must be triggering. Oh, final approach. This is the first time I've flown an ILS approach in the 208. I mean, that I can remember. I swear I've probably done a video on it, but I don't remember. And certainly I don't do it through manually locking in the VOR and using that. But works just fine. Probably exactly what the autopilot does anyway. Looking good so far.
500.
It says 500. That's our radar altitude there. Overall, we're looking good. I think we're going to do it. Have to cut off the autopilot here. At minimums at 200. Got a plane waiting. Okay. 80 knots. Autopilot off. My plane. Now watch the whole landing go to shit. Catching some very minor wind from the left there. Good. Okay.
Horizon Air 2064 turn next taxiway.
Pull out that power and do a slight flare. Boy, that seemed a little harder than what was deserved. Jeez. I think I was real close to stall speed right there.
Contact ground on 132.275. Cessna 1 Papa Alpha turn next taxiway.
Turning next taxiway.
132.275 Horizon Air 2064. Cessna 1 Papa Alpha, contact ground on 121.9er. Southwest 2867, altimeter 29er, decimal
Okay, we are
97,
clear of the
wind
runway.
35 at 5.
This is going to drive me damn
Cleared for
crazy.
takeoff runway 28 left.
Come on.
121.9er for Cessna 1 Papa Alpha. Portland ground Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha request taxi to parking.
Cessna November 221 Papa Alpha taxi to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo 5 Tango.
Okay. Okay, good. There's our taxi ribbon.
Taxiing to general aviation parking via taxiway Bravo 5 Tango Cessna 1 Papa Alpha.
Taxi lights. I think if you have the landing lights off during taxi, it dings you too, which I know that's not correct. Oh. Are we parking right over here? Oh, this is nice. Look at this. Usually I gotta go 3 or 4 days before I get to parking. That was a busy ass approach. There was a lot of air traffic control going off. That guy's like, finally. All right. Make sure we're creeping in there nice and slow. Don't want to have any kind of a mishap here.
Encore tree 629er, hold position, caution other traffic.
Okay, there we go. And we can set the parking brake.
Encore tree
We made it.
629er, continue taxi.
Okay, let's come in. Let's hit off our avionics. Okay, everything's all good there. We don't really need to hit anything else. We'll just do the fuel cutoff. So we got our landings here. I'm going to continue. Just kind of do a full, well, as full of a shot down as Programmer Airlines does. So we reset that, we cut that off. Let's come on up over top here. Reset these guys, and that is it. Oh, the door doesn't open. So here we are. We made it to Portland. And let's bring up now. So it's saying we're post-flight. It shows the whole bar, so we're going to submit the flight. It says, are you sure you want to submit the flight? Say yes. It says your flight has been submitted. Hello. So now I think this will update to the next flight, like it wants me to just keep going. So 210 in the 208. So it's a little bit longer this time. That's the next flight. If we go to the dashboard here, so you kind of see I've gotten 4 flights now. I wonder if that's just a sound from FS Realistic. Anyway, if we go to the logbook, and let's see, KRDM, so this is our most recent flight. I got a 90. That's not very good. It's the same as the flight out there. I got 93 and 96 on these other ones. So let me bring this up. Now this one I have to add another window for here real quick. I have to add a window capture. And that's the one we want for sure. So let's blow this up in front of the screen here so you can see that best. And this is kind of the flight breakdown, right? So general pitch angle, pass all of that, navigation light on, fail. Forgot to do that on the taxi out, no navigation light. Landing light on takeoff, strobe light on, fail. Flaps up during climb, fail. Landing light off before 10,000 feet? Landing light off before, okay, oh, I guess it wants it off before 10,000 feet. Landing light off on the taxi in. Okay, I messed that one up. Taxi light off on the taxi in. That's crazy. I don't know about that. But I mean, overall, it does pretty good. You know, it shows you the time and shows you your landing rate, which I don't know. I think we were just too close to stall. That plane did not want to come down. So that's it, guys. That's kind of a pilot's life in a nutshell, I guess. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you'll check it out. Hope it enriches your flight sim experience and you have an enjoyable time with it. So keep your eye on the channel for more content. We'll definitely be seeing more of this because this is going to help me drive some of my flights. Have a good one. Have a good weekend. We'll see you next time. Just let that sound play out.